Okay, welcome, welcome. Thank you everyone for jumping on this afternoon. My name is Carrie and I am partnered up with a couple of my business partners here today, and we're bringing some information. So I want to say thank you. We're doing kind of a Zoom room meet and greet to get a chance from people to meet people from all across the country, as we just discussed. We have from California to Florida to Maine and Ohio and everything in between. We're in Idaho. And we have a lot of friends that have had some great results with this nutrition, and that's why we gathered together today. Thank you for taking the time today to watch this, to be with us, because whoever invited you here, they have something they're excited about. They've had some life-changing experience. They've had some great results. Whatever it is, they found something that works. And so we're grateful that you're here, because they only just want to share it with you. And I get a chance to work with my partner in crime over here, who is a blood microscopist, and I'll let her explain what that is in a minute. But this is a woman who is very well known in her field. She has a huge, very expensive microscope, and a lot of people pay her a lot of money to look at their blood and help them figure out what's going on with their body, because the blood doesn't lie. And she's got some expertise to bring relating to how important a good supplement is and what that does to your body and why that's important. So she's going to be sharing some information with us about that and why we love our supplements. And we're going to be hearing from some people who have stories with the nutrition as well. So you'll get some live testimony today. Okay, so what I want to do is just kind of screen share just a couple of slides for a few minutes, and then I'm going to bring on Laura, because that's really the meat of everything today, the excitement of why everybody is invited to hear from this woman. But I definitely need to bring you up to speed with who we are and what we're doing. So can you guys see that screen share all right? A nod? Is that a yes? Judy, can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. I'll move this little thing out of the way. Okay, excellent. So we're going to talk to you about our product line, which is a part of Club Seacret. So Club Seacret's our company, and that is the good life. It's about really experiencing the world, feeling good, and looking better, and all of that encompassing. We are a lifestyle membership club. So we're going to bring to you the little part about the nutrition that for us is not little but yet big, feeling better. So let me ask you guys a couple questions. And you can answer if you want, or you can just nod or think to yourself, yes. Have you ever felt like you probably were just not happy in your own body? Anybody? I could be the only one. For years, I was not happy in my own body. And why we're here is because I got a chance to meet this gentleman a long time ago, this doctor who formulated our nutrition. And he said, Carrie, just try it and see what it does for you. And it changed my life. And just about everybody on this phone or on this Zoom call that is in the same position as they will tell you probably similar stories. So we talk about feeling better through our product line. But another aspect about our company with our Club Seacret membership is the Be Well program. So we have now a telemedicine program where we can accelerate wellness. We promote wellness first. That's who we are and where we came from, because as a group of people who've had health transformations, you know, we do want to share that message because we've had our health transformed. So this Be Well program is a simple way to accelerate the convenience of wellness, where you don't have to drive across town, make a call, and see if you can get in, and then, you know, be subjected to all the rules these days. So this is a way from your device you can actually get a wellness professional, a doctor, to actually give you some advice and help you. What's nice about it is the benefits are here. Family coverage, zero copay, urgent care, primary care, low wait times, electronic prescriptions. You can call them on the phone or Zoom with them. Talk to them about your symptoms, what's going on, and they can call a script in for you. That's pretty convenient. And all across the globe, you can see our 50 states, 35 countries, 250 languages. So we're excited about this Well program because it is the latest, greatest, and probably the future of wellness, really. There's also some expert coaching that comes in with this, some good content to help us in our lifestyle, helping us with those choices that we make to feel better, to look better, etc. So this is the gentleman that we work with, Dr. Howard Cohn, and Laura Belg has known him for a long time as well. 30-year healthcare practitioner, and he put together this plant-based program of nutrition on purpose. on purpose. And when you have something this clean, which Laura's going to talk about, organic, vegan, dairy-free, soy-free, nut-free, kosher certified, gluten-free, non-GMO, that's pretty hard to make, and it's really hard to make it taste good. So he's done it, and he's found that these were the four major issues most people were battling in his practice. He still practices today. He's a healthcare practitioner in Southern California, the Cone Health Institute, COHN. And these are the four areas. Can you relate? Anybody lacking energy, not sleeping great, have maybe some discomfort in their body? We talked about that. Not happy with what that scale says? What? How can that scale say that? So these are four areas. Most of us can probably go, me, I have, or I know people who do have a battle with this, or they're struggling, or they haven't gotten to the results that they're looking for yet. And they're on a journey for wellness transformation. And these are the things why he put together this program. And he put it together called Health Made Simple. Simple, simple. We're going to talk about it, and I'm going to break it out a little bit more with Laura. That this is our product line. We do a shake and greens in the morning. We take some hydrogen supplements throughout the day. We'll talk about the importance of that. Promoting an alkaline state. That's what this whole program is promoting and what it's about, nutrition-wise. And the boosters before bed help us just to reset and restore all the stuff we've depleted from the day. So it's a very simple program. And we also have a brand new product called Energy, which we'll talk about. And I want to bring up to Laura now. So what I'm going to do is somebody needs to mute their second device so I don't echo. There you go. Stop sharing. Okay, excellent. If you guys want to, I am going to mute. Okay, there we go. That's it. Now I'm excited because we have this amazing woman, and we're going to talk about and educate a little bit about why these supplements are so powerful. And when Laura's worked in this industry for a long time, she's helped develop supplements for companies. She knows the good, bad, and the ugly. She knows what's a good supplement, what's not a good supplement, and why it's important to take the supplement. So I asked her to share with us why she recommends the Life by Seacret supplements and why it's important to alkalize the body. And in that, we're going to break it down on our nutritional things, how we use them and lifestyle. And then I'm going to ask a couple of people to share. Okay. So if you have questions, feel free to put them in the chat. We're probably going to address most everything that you've already thought about as far as a question. Will it take care of this? Will it help me with that? If you've got a condition, a syndrome, or a disease state, let me share this with you. We're not here to make any medical claims. We promote wellness, and we're educating with what our supplements are doing, what they've done for us. But also, when your body's healthy and alkaline, you don't typically have those crazy symptoms. You don't typically have those syndromes, conditions, and disease states because it's very difficult for that to occur when the body is in a high health situation. So what I want to do is bring that educating, this fun yet brilliant woman up to share with us about what it is that we love about our nutrition and our Life by Seacret products. So I'm going to spotlight Miss Laura Belg, and I would love to turn it over to you to share with us a little bit about what you do when you look at the blood and what you notice. Like I mentioned, why do you support and recommend our supplements, and why is it important to alkalize? Thank you.
Carrie, I appreciate that. So, as Carrie had stated, I am a certified microscopist. So, what I do is I read blood cells under a dark field microscope. And what makes my microscope special is that I have over 40,000 times the magnification in my microscope than a traditional microscope, where you maybe have your blood read by LabCorp or Quest, or maybe in a physician's office. So what I'm able to see is I'm able to see root core issues. So if we're not tackling the root causes of why the illness is taking place, or the inflammation, or the diabetes, or the heart issues, then we kind of end up being like a gerbil on a wheel with our health. And that's what we're trying to avoid. So when you're getting to the root causes, then we can look at that and see what we need to do. Um, the Seacret products in particular, they work on a cellular level. And I come from a school of thought that if you're not working on your health on a cellular level, then you're not working on your health. So I know a lot of people, before they ever discover the Seacret line, they've got a lot of experience taking a supplement from one company or another. And what happens is that, they end up, confused because I should take this for this issue and that for that issue. And why they end up in a situation where they're finding that, hey, I've taken all these supplements and nothing's really working a lot of times, is because they forget to work on their health on a cellular level. So you can't just keep dumping a bunch of supplements into a toxic environment in your body. And so when we read the blood, we find out, you know, what the toxicity is, what to tackle, where it's at, why it's there. Because I always say this, but the blood tells me a story when I read it. So my microscope is very commonly used in forensics. So when it's used for those purposes, it tells them a story. Well, when I look at it, it tells me a story. And then I can figure out why things are occurring and what issues need to be addressed so that we can put our focus there instead of on things that aren't getting us anywhere. You don't really want to focus on symptoms if you're trying to improve your health. And, supplements aren't meant to be there to, just make you feel a little better or put a little kick in your step. Supplements should be implemented to increase your health abundantly. It should be repairing your physiology, and that's what the supplements are meant to be there for. And so, not all supplements are the same. And as Carrie mentioned, I've spent a lot of time, um, you know, with companies that consult me to help develop supplements. So I know the difference between a synthetic supplement and supplements that is not synthetic. So 9 out of 10 supplements that are out there, and it really is, unbeknownst to most people, but they are synthetic. And the whole idea behind taking supplements is to improve your health. So if you're taking supplements that are synthetic or they're subpar, then you're not going to get where you need to be. And in fact, it will do the exact opposite, because synthetic supplements are stored by the liver. And we don't want anything being stored anywhere in the body, because things that are stored and left behind are what are the building blocks for chronic disease. So, it's not just eating that cheeseburger that people fail. It's many, many other ways as well. And I know that people, make really great attempts to purchase supplements with whatever education they have. And people only do is, what they know. And as well as they can. So that's why we're all super, super lucky to even know about this supplement line, because the care that has been brought into this company is unparalleled. So I remember, 8 years ago, Dr. Cohn was sitting in my car, and I remember looking at him and I said, "You know what you did?" Because, for decades, scientists, microscopists, we're looking for acidity in the cells. And the whole premise to be on an alkaline lifestyle is because no chronic disease or otherwise can exist in an alkaline environment. Period. It's scientifically and in every other way impossible. And that's the theory. So there are many scientists and doctors that follow this. Even, when they go to do transplants, what are the first things they do? They alkalize the area. It's just when you are trying to achieve, the body, and change the cells, and you're trying to achieve, a better format for your health. This is, the approach that's taken. So, with that being said, when I look at the cells, and I pay very little attention to how someone tells me that they're feeling, because a lot of people out there will tell me that they feel great, and I look at their blood and it's like, whoa. And then a lot of people that feel real bad, I'll look at their blood and I'll be like, well, there's just not a ton of stuff wrong here. But whatever is going on in someone's body, I'm able to see it because of the high powered magnification of my microscope. So yeah. So, and furthermore, as far as the nutrition, the way that the nutrition is cultivated, the farms that the constituents are grown on are unparalleled. I would never recommend another protein shake besides the Seacret shake to anyone. And if you're taking another protein shake, I can almost guarantee you it is synthetic. And once again, synthetic nutrition is stored by the liver.
Yeah.
So
Can
that's not
you?
a healthy way to go. Very early on in my career, I was the vice president of a small supplement company in Houston, Texas. And one of the things they used to have me do all the times, they used to have me sit down with attorneys to learn supplement um, jargon and what it meant when a label said this and what a label meant that said that. And one of the first things that Dr. Cohn and I discussed was how, the labeling on his protein shake. And, because here's the situation with that. If your protein shake has all these different, nutritional items listed, like your magnesium, your calcium, your B vitamins, all those type of things, the only reason by law that those properties are listed is if they are synthetic. So, like when you go to the grocery store and buy a banana or an orange or an apple, there's no nutrition label on it because it's raw food. Okay. So, then to take it a step further, I know a lot of people may go to the health food store and they'll find a shake that says raw or a shake that, the label looks pretty darn good, organic. Well, none of that's good enough because if most people saw the farms where these properties are being grown on, they go running for the hills. So, yeah. So we have to, we're very, very fortunate that someone was conscious enough to develop the products that they did. And every day I thank Dr. Cohn for that. Absolutely. And I've done a lot of work with Dr. Cohn outside of the company. And I mean, he just never fails me. He's a brilliant man. So, you know, it doesn't matter which nutritional product that you pick or which product that he has developed. Trust me, you need it. So, we can get back to the shake. We need at least 120 minerals, a slew of antioxidants, tons of vitamins and minerals every single day. So it's not that every 3 days we need it or just every once in a while when we feel like it. We need those. We need nutrition every single day. Okay. And when we don't get that nutrition, that's the slow but sure breakdown of not only ourselves, but then our physiology. So if you don't have a good plan on how to get that nutrition and how to intake it into your system, that's okay. We've got you covered with the shake. So, and some people need more nutrition than others. Some people are harder on their physiology than others. But when you take the shake, you know you've gotten yourself covered for the day. you know Drink it first thing in the morning. You need protein to have sustainable energy throughout the day. So that's why we always say you need protein in the morning. you know and the shake tastes great. A lot of protein shakes out there, a lot of them taste good, a lot of them not so good, but this one also tastes good and is good for you. So that's a huge plus. Greens, we need greens. A lot of us are really disconnected with eating green. We're disconnected from nature.
Right.
So that's why all those things called trees are planted on this earth, because we need oxygen, and oxygen promotes a lot of good activity in the system, right? So, with that being said, and it's very difficult. I mean, even at the Raw Food Institutes, they go over this with us, and I find it to be true. But in order to get enough greens in your system in one day, you'd have to eat 10 huge bowls of leafy greens
Wow.
every day.
Wow.
And even your biggest raw foodist isn't going to do that. I mean, it's impossible. So these are some of the reasons why we have to supplement. We have to supplement because there's not enough minerals in our soil. So people that tell me they're buying organic, it's like, great, I'm glad that you're attempting to do something better. That's nice. But where's the nutrition? Our soils haven't had minerals in them since the late 40s. This is the whole reason why we have to supplement now. You
Yes.
know, and it's super important. I mean, there's nothing worse than watching your physiology break down, losing your sight on some level, not being able to move as well as you used to be able to move before, not having the energy, not having the mental acuity that you need. And when you can start a program that no matter what age you are, no matter what your health issues are, and you can increase all of those things, and you can increase the health that you're in and get better reports from whoever you're seeing, feeling better, looking better, you know, that's a good program. And it's
Absolutely.
a program that we're all on. So that's super important. We have to be able to digest our nutrition. Very, very important. And not only does the recovery help with that and the hydro effects, but of course the digestics.
Absolutely.
People out there, I rarely, of all the blood that I do, and I do a lot of blood. I mean, it's just so rare that I see someone with a great digestive system, if at all. So I think that we've all been compromised for various reasons, um, scientific and other, but we've all been compromised on one level or another with our digestive. So even if we're eating green all the time and, having um, our proteins and cleaning up our diet and so forth and drinking enough water, we have to be able to process those things. And that's where the downfall of our health a lot of times starts, is that we're just not processing any of our nutrients. Because I'll see people, and I mean their blood is, I can see dehydration in the blood, and
Wow.
say, wow, I'm drinking, all this water, but if you're not absorbing it, you're not absorbing it. So it doesn't matter how much you're drinking if you're not processing it, and then it's not being utilized in your physiology the way that it's meant to be.
Fascinating. Can you speak to how the hydration aspect really does matter for the gut health, and how the recovery and the hydrogen products help with gut health? Because that, I know that's something that's been just like to us, it's blatantly obvious. We know when somebody hurts in the gut, that almost hurts anywhere, we start with recovery. But can you address that on the gut health specifically? What's going on?
Well, the problem of it is that there are many different reasons why our digestive systems may be compromised. Okay. So when we're taking something to detoxify our system, then we're helping those toxins to back off of, in this case, the digestive system, so that the digestive system can work properly. And that's so important. But I mean, the schematics in your body are working just like in a vehicle, everything's working together. So, there are many different reasons for poor digestion. It could be parasites, it could be hormones. A lot of your hormones dictate your digestion. It could be strains of bacteria, it could be a nutritional habit that's poor for your digestion. So it can come from very many reasons. And that's one of the reasons why we rely on the blood in order to determine these things. Then we say, hey, okay, this is where our focus needs to be, you know?
Somebody said they lost sound. Do you guys still have no sound? Anyone? Give me a nod. Can you hear?
Laura's really soft.
Oh, okay. So once again, Laura, you might want to lean in towards the microphone a little bit when you talk. I guess that's been.
Okay.
I'm getting messages. It's
Does
hard
that
for me.
sound better?
Yeah, little bit. There we go. So on the back to the recovery, when you look at someone's blood, what is a reason that you would send somebody into, or why would you recommend the hydrogen products, the recovery and the hydro effects? Why would you recommend that to somebody?
Okay, so let me explain a little bit about alkalinity. Okay, so I've literally had people say to me, a few different times over the years, well, I think I'm too alkaline. So my response always is, well, then they need to donate you to science. Because it's very, very difficult to even become alkaline. And you not only need to become alkaline, you need to build an alkaline reserve in your body. Okay. It is really tough, really, really tough. And especially with the, typical American lifestyle, people are busy, they're stressed. What makes someone acidic? Let's talk about that for a second. So, what makes people acidic is just being a person. So, It's the stress that you're under. It's not just, the acidic foods that you eat. Like, I think people kind of correlate, why am I acidic to what they're eating? And there's so much more to it. If you have a stressful argument with someone, that creates acidity. If you win the lottery, that would create acidity. So anything that's putting anything that's putting the system at an imbalance. But I mean, in general, it's, what we engage in with our diets, levels of stress. But if you are completely alkaline, that means that you have absolutely nothing, nothing, nothing wrong with you. And I just have never met an individual like that. I mean, everybody's got a little something, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah. So who needs to be alkaline? Everyone. And that's the direction that we need to strive towards. And so when, as a microscopist, one of the things that we always look for are acidity, and under the umbrella of acidity is chronic disease, um, diseases that are not chronic, any kind of impairment to the physiology. So whether it's a hormone issue, an emotional issue, heavy metals, it could be some kind of compromise with your elimination organs. It could be something in toxins in your brain. It could be strains of bacteria. It could be many, many, many things. But everybody's got something. Okay. So when we know that, we can identify with what it is, we can target those things, and then go forward from there. But you cannot just, think, well, I can't sleep, so let me just only take a supplement to sleep. I can't function in this particular way, so let me take a supplement for that symptom. And what the recovery and the hydro effects and the greens and the shake and everything, this whole line works in synergism. So what it's doing eternally is it's cleaning up the physiology, which is cleaning up on a cellular level, okay, and providing the nutrition in your body for it to thrive. Because it's not just that people are toxic, it's that those toxins have accrued a ton of damage in your system all along the way. So whatever toxins are in your system, there's been a ton of damage accrued. So if you don't look at repair for the cells, for your physiology, and if you're not looking to repair them, then you're still going to have all the same problems. Our bodies are meant to heal themselves.
Yeah.
So we just need the right assistance. So it's not just, hey, let's get on a supplement program, we'll be okay. No, you better be on the right supplement program or you're not going to be okay. So we're all real lucky to know about this one.
For sure, for
I
sure.
want to show, Carrie, I want to show a blood cell that I have up
Please.
underneath the microscope.
Okay, let's see.
All right, let's see here. Let's see.
Let me put the spotlight on you here.
Okay, can everyone see this? I have a flat panel monitor connected to my microscope. Okay. Okay, so with this being said, basically, and I will show everyone what the cells are supposed to look like is they are supposed to be perfectly round, and they're supposed to be a nice reddish, pinkish, orangish color, with nice black spicules going through the center. Okay. And when I see differences in the cells, in science, that's what we call differentials. So I'm looking for differentials in the cell. So there's lots and lots of stuff that I look for, but right here is what a cell is supposed to look like. So I'm looking at this person's cell, and as we can all see, that cell does not look like what a cell is supposed to look like.
No, it looks
So,
scary.
yes. So this person right here, well, they've got they're lacking in magnesium, but outside of that, the cell doesn't even really look like a cell.
Mm-mm.
Okay, it looks kind of washed out, and that's because this person has high amounts of different strains of bacteria and yeast in their system. So I look for that first because there's so many issues that allopathic medicine, I feel, glosses over. Okay. And so that's, in my opinion, why naturopaths offices are filled from coast to coast, is because of a lot of the same common issues. This would be one of them. This is this person's liver and colon. Now, do you think I'm happy when I see black in the center of someone's cell?
That's got to be horrible.
Probably not. Right.
Hmm.
And do you think I'm happy when I see big globs of toxicity inside someone's cell? Probably not. So I have to get in 90 days, what my job is I have to get the cell that looks like this to look like a normal cell.
Wow.
And 100% of the time, if someone is alkalizing and they are going towards and working towards creating an alkaline environment in their system, they're going to see a very, very different picture in 90 days. So 90 days isn't really that long. Think about all the other programs or all the other protocols, whether it being from a traditional medical doctor or it being from some other type of practitioner. Think about how many times you've been on a different program and you didn't see much of a different picture in 90 days. Or maybe you just felt a little better. Or maybe you felt a lot better, but then 9 months from now, you found yourself with, harboring the same symptoms, the same issues as you started with. And see, when you are alkalizing the system and you're detoxifying the system, you're permanently changing that. Every time you're pulling toxins, they're gone.
Nice.
So what we try to do is we try to do things that don't repoison the system and keep accruing them. Like I had, I know a lot of people think, well, if I don't eat right, then I'm going to negate the supplements. There's nothing that's going to negate these supplements. Okay. they're still going to work. But, if you're taking, a lot of prescription medications or, eating a diet that's acidic instead of alkaline, you'll get there. It's just going to take you a lot longer. But you'll get there. It's a whole lot better. So, I could take two people, one that eats McDonald's every day and then one that eats McDonald's and takes recovery. Who would you rather be? It's pretty simple. And I'd rather not be either one of them, but some people do the best that they can sometimes until they find their way.
Yes.
So, and I know McDonald's is an extreme example, but it's the one that I came up with. So there we go.
Oh, I've got a story with that. So I'm glad just a quick segue, because there's a gentleman years ago who said he just replaced going through the drive-thru once a day with a shake and greens. Our shake and greens instead of the McDonald's drive-thru. And the guy lost 30 pounds in 90 days.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just replacing that fast food meal with our amazing organic, clean nutrition. So it's true. It's true.
There's too many people out there that really don't know how their bodies and how their minds and their entire physiology would operate should they give proper nutrition.
It's pretty exciting, huh?
Because everybody's spending so much time talking about keto and carbs and low fat and all this kind of stuff. I'd like to know where the nutrition is. But, you've got to detoxify because toxins weigh a lot.
They do. And they store in fat, right? They store in our fat cells.
Yeah, they do. So it doesn't really make any sense to approach things like that because, you may lose the weight, but then you're going to come and you're going to find yourself with, a lot of issues with your health if you're not doing it right to begin with. Yeah.
What's nice about the greens help detoxify gently, correct?
Well, they indirectly detoxify. Okay, greens are super healthy for the system. So they activate a lot of processes in our system that help us to detoxify. Okay.
Perfect.
Strains of bacteria. Like if this person right here engaged in taking greens, that would start rebuilding the cell.
Lovely. That's good to know.
Cells need oxygenated. They need oxygenated. So, with that being said, in 90 days, this person's blood will, look a lot different.
Yeah, amazing. Now, let's talk about the restorative aspect of the booster, please, because you mentioned this one's obviously got a magnesium deficiency as well. You mentioned that right away. How would one use our booster?
Well, the booster, is really a savior.
Mhm.
Because for those of us who have not maybe made all the changes that we need to our diet, we can dump a booster into our beverage, into our food, whatever, and it will boost our alkalinity. It immediately starts to alkalize us. Okay, so the boosters are used for lots of different stuff, but um, if you have had that acidic meal, or you have had that acidic circumstance occur during your day, you can just pop two boosters and it starts alkalizing you immediately.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
because there's a lot of surface acidity beyond what's actually in the cells, you know. So
Absolutely.
we have to clear that away.
Yeah.
So the recovery or the boosters are really great for that. And then if you can't sleep at night, you can pop four of those, and that really helps you get some nice sleep. You know.
And the restorative aspect with the minerals too, the buffering minerals that are loaded in there, magnesium, potassium, and it also has a couple of other special things in there, marshmallow root, right? There's a lot of benefits to that product outside of just restoring minerals. There's calming, works great for anybody who's a little wound up, a little tight, right? What else have you noticed?
Right. Well, the yeah, a lot. Um, the but with the boosters in particular, that really helps. Well, it helps our recovery to work, but we need minerals. And that is just a huge point that I go over with client after client, is how much we need our minerals, because we need our minerals to perform every bodily function. We need our minerals to think. We need our minerals to bend down, and to use our knees, and to use our toes, and to use our fingers. We need minerals to perform everything. And so, the really cool thing about this product line is that it was originally invented for athletes, right? So, um, and after they work out, because they tend to build up a lot of lactic acid in their system, and
Yeah.
the recovery would alkalize them, right?
Right.
So, and I think it's important for everybody to know that these products are taken by several of our Olympic teams. So, and then I've had a lot of my pro athletes, taking these products, and they feel great, and it helps them to, increase their workouts, and increase their stamina, and whatever they're trying to achieve, it helps them do it, much quicker, because they're alkalizing at the same time, that they're playing whatever sport or doing whatever activity that they're doing. So,
It's kind of like keeping the hose on the fire while they're burning, huh?
oh, absolutely.
So it never really gets hot, hot, hot. It just keeps that. It's I just look at as cellular hydration right there. It's like it's putting the fire out right now. I love that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
excellent.
absolutely.
And then one more. I know we're going to talk about the probiotics in a moment, but I want to start with the energy because this is a newer product. We have two new products, so I know that we love this energy product, and it is something that I wanted you to discuss just because a lot of people have a preconceived notion about an energy drink. And I know that that's what it's called, but I think it should be called clarity. But there's a group of us, and I think the most of us women over 50 are just in love with this product. So tell us what you love about energy.
Well, what I love about it is, number one, is that every single ingredient is something helpful for you, and there's nothing harmful in it. And that's
Exactly.
the number one thing that I really love about it, because that's what I look for in products. I mean, every single ingredient should be something to help you.
Hmm.
So, if you see a product, which often there are products that have ingredients to hurt you, but then there'll be seven ingredients that could help you, it doesn't work that way. it's not it's not going to get you where you need to be. This one, every single ingredient is helpful to you. So what I really love about it is I love the hibiscus in it, because it's really tough to get hibiscus in foods. And when, down in South America, they make it into a tea for the heart. And hibiscus is excellent for the heart, but it tastes extremely bitter. So you have to put like a half a gallon of raw agave in, with the hibiscus leaves to get it to somehow Dr. Cone got this to taste good, right? But it is the only organic energy drink out on the market. And energy drinks are also something that, builds an unhealthy profile in your physiology.
The ones that are the typical ones, right?
Anyone I've ever seen.
Yeah. So talk about why, what is it about typical energy drinks on the market that are so, I mean, I call them a stroke in a can. So if you were going to try to do a comparison, what would you highlight this compared to that?
Well, it's like, well, they all have different types of ingredients, Carrie. So like red dye number 3 would be one of them I can think of.
Nasty, huh?
Yeah, pretty nasty.
And
I
then
mean,
high
I
fructose corn syrup.
and I could see the ingredients and tear it up.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at this and see it's not, like with the energy drinks, it's almost like an artificial energy that you get from stuff like that.
Right, a
It's
spike.
right. So with this energy drink, it's just you just feel so alert and you feel natural energy coming on, which, it's been a long time for a lot of people since they've had that feeling.
Yes. That
You know,
feel good vitality. I'm going through the day with a smile on my face, even if it's a grueling day,
yes,
right? You
yes.
know? And then I like it for the high speed processing because I can think faster, get my solutions faster, but I can also stay on focus, on point without distractions. And I don't know about you guys, but the world is very distracting today, right? So
Right.
for me, I love it because I'm a little bit of squirrel over here, over there. I'll get 4 projects started and lucky to get 1 done, right? Anybody else like that? I'm not the only one. Please tell me I'm not. Okay. So the thing I love about that particular product is that it's so easy to just incorporate it anytime during your day. Some people have replaced their coffee with it. Some people do it in the afternoon like I did. Around 3 o'clock, I made a great little smoothie with it. So check this out. It's pretty versatile. It's very easy. Just put in your drink, shake it up, and drink it. And room temp water, it doesn't do well with cold water because it's an organic product. If you want it to dissolve, play with it a little bit. But what I did was I mixed up about 5 or 6 strawberries, half a peach, put it in the blender with some ice and got that ready and slushy. And then I mixed up my energy drink and a little bit of water separately, and then I added it and blended it and drank that. I split it with my daughter. And we are just, having a great productive afternoon because, she doesn't do caffeine. So I said, no worries, we'll just share it. But when we split one, we both just get stuff done. And it's pretty exciting to be able to have something like that so versatile and then take the fresh fruit from the season and have some fun with it, right?
Right.
Leveling up. So thank you. Was there anything you wanted to add about that product at all before I go to my testimonies?
Not really, just that it's so easy for people to use. That's one other thing that I really like. But as people
Mhm.
are going on their journey to getting in better health, sometimes they do need help with their energy because that's one of the real common things that people will come to me for is lack of energy.
Big
And then
time.
when I look at your blood, then I see, the 12 reasons that could be preying on your energy, and you may need some help. You got to just try to get through your day.
Exactly. And having these supportive lifestyle products makes the day easier to get through. And lifestyle is what you choose it to be, right? So and a lot of people have questions like how is this good for this disease, this condition, this syndrome? And we just go, look, when you get the body healthy and alkaline, as Laura mentioned, those symptoms and those conditions tend to fade away. Like we had a lady just this week tell us that all of her inflammatory markers are gone and the condition that she was labeled with is no longer on her chart. And she's been using the product for 4 months. I wish she could be on here with us today, but she's not here. But all I know is when people have that kind of transformation, there's something to be paying attention to, right? And she had a
Right.
pretty devastating situation. But we have stories. We have so many stories. And so I want to go to Heidi first because Heidi, you've just got something super compelling. And I wanted you to share with you. If you do not mind, I will unmute you. You're not.
I unmuted me.
Okay, good. Share with us what's been happening with your lifestyle choices and what you've noticed since you started using the product.
Well, I just started last Monday or
The
I think
16th. The
this.
16th.
Okay. So my excuse has always been like, I can't afford it. But at the same time, so my big thing was fast food for convenience, probably at least twice a day. I just totaled up my receipts or my account from August 1st to the middle of August. And it was $285. And that might have included my husband and my mom a couple times. But anyways, so I can't afford it. So I started the 16th and I weighed yesterday and I've lost 16 pounds. So that's my big thing is, and I'm feeling, I think it's probably going to take some time because you got to get your body, you got to get this stuff into your body to clean out the crud. So anyways, and I've had a lot of discomfort. I've had 2 back surgeries and I have 2 other above and below those surgeries of a lot of discomfort. And so anyways, I take the recovery like 3 to 4, 3 times a day. And I notice like, if it's arthritis, I notice like I feel like it's kind of gone. So I'm hoping as I keep going, it'll get better. And then as I keep losing weight, I was started at 296. So I'm down to 280 now. And so it's just been like, wow to me. And just hearing things like you, I'm a medical assistant. So I was very fascinated to listen to you today. Dr. What is it? Belg?
Belg.
Belg. So I was real excited, like, because I'm all about, I like watching that kind of, and so just listening to you, it's like, oh my goodness. So it gets me real excited to want to start sharing it. And I'm kind of sad no one came to me today, but it's okay because, as I keep going, it's just exciting to see, like, I mean, I feel better. So I like how I can feel because I don't like that discomfort. And I want to have a life. My biggest thing is I want to hike, be able just to walk. I can't walk very far without my back having a lot of discomfort. And so I use my mom's walker. So I'm just kind of excited to see that's my goal is to, be able to walk. I ride the cart in the grocery store because it hurts. I mean, so I have a lot of discomfort. So that's my goal.
That's a great goal. Get off of that scooter, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Good girl. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm so proud of you. What a great job. 16 pounds in what about 10, 11, 12 days?
Yep.
Good job. Good job. All right. Excellent. Let's see. I also wanted to go to what do you eat all day in place of the fast food? Somebody's asking. So you want to go ahead and tell them what you're doing, how you're using the program.
Who, me?
Yeah, Heidi.
Oh, what I do is, so I start off with a shake because I'm always hungriest in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So I start off with a shake, and in my shake though, I'm using the green powder and I add a half a banana and a cup of blueberries, and I'm just using water. It tastes great. And then when I get kind of hungry for my snacks, I'm trying to pick like more vegetables because I don't seem to get, it's easy to eat the fruit because it's sweet.
Yeah.
Because I was a sweet tooth. So yeah. And so anyways, yeah. So that's what I do is like, I'll take a tomato and then I'll maybe have a half a cheese stick, but a cheese stick with the low cheese stick. But I'm trying to eat a lot more whole foods. I get spinach and I do that. Eat spinach like a salad. And then I eat like Ezekiel bread. I don't know that sprouted bread.
Yes. Good.
So I have like a little slice of that sometimes, and I spread a little nut butter or almond butter, preferably, I guess is better. And so I'll do that. And then I'll, I still I'll have like one little egg, a hard boiled egg. So anyways, I try to eat like the whole foods, vegetables, fruits. I try to have an apple, just all sorts of it. So I'm really getting used to like, I mean, I can go by the grocery store now and I'll see all the candy bars and it just is gross to me. Like, I think, no, I don't want that in my body.
I
don't
know.
struggle. I'm not struggling to like crave, like today we had for dessert, my family was over and we had a coconut cream pie from Albertsons. And I just had I said, give me just a little tiny bite, like that big.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, that was it. It was like, nope, but that was the first sugar I've had in the week and a half. I've not had any fast food and no sugar. And so, but I've been very disciplined, very drinking my I drink half of my body weight in water. So, and just trying to keep moving. So I just find, like the whole food stuff that you can eat because it does fill you up, but you need to have a little protein like the almond butter maybe. And I still sometimes have a little peanut butter, but it's very little. So that's what I kind of do. And I take my shake for work because it's quick and easy. I need convenience and it's simple.
Yep.
So I'm tired when I come home. I don't want to, but anyways, that's what I kind of do. And then when I eat a meal, it can be like a little bit of spaghetti, but really small, but I fill my plate with vegetables or, the good vegetables or salad, and then I'm full. So
Good job.
that's kind of what I do.
Oh, you're on the right track for all the great results. Now, when she started this challenge, you guys, she's in a 60-day challenge. There's a bunch of us doing this on a separate group, but she started the challenge. She told me, I want to lose 20 pounds. The challenge is 2 months, 60 days. She's already lost 16. I think she's doing a great job, right?
Yes,
I
I
love
know. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. Thank you so much for sharing. I also want to go out to, thank you so much, Heidi. Let's go to, if you don't mind, because I asked you to share, if you don't mind, Dr. Susan Wagner out in Ohio, just on the lifestyle content here with how you're using the product and what you've noticed as a professional. I know you are a medical professional. She's not only a well, I'll let her tell you what she is. Sue, Dr. Sue, if you could share with us your experience with this product, please.
Yeah, yeah. And I want to thank Laura for her presentation because it was fabulous. And I'm actually a veterinarian, so I can tell you that Laura has helped, and I'm not exaggerating, hundreds of animals, because what I've learned from her, then I've transmitted over to holistic care for animals. So I'm always like just sucking in what she's taught me. And for those of us who in the profession, we're not trained to look at blood like that at all. So I know there's a couple other healthcare practitioners on who are going, what? That's not the way we're trained. And so microscopy is totally different and fascinating and amazing. And I can tell you, when Laura's looked at my blood, the funny thing about it is we could go to our physician or our naturopath and we could say, oh, I'm feeling this or this, and maybe we're trying to hide something because we really don't want to admit it. Well, let me tell you, when Laura puts that blood up there, you're busted. You're busted. And she has busted me more than once. So, but then she's able to guide us on what we need to do to get back into balance. So, and I want to say something similar to what Heidi mentioned. Was when I started a long time ago with understanding the importance of that we're not getting minerals and the nutrition. And I'm just such a greens fan. I think, yeah, greens. And when I started doing that and adding the greens and the protein shakes and the really high quality nutrition, I found the same type of thing. I have a sweet tooth as well. So I found that I wasn't craving the stuff that I had normally been craving. And it wasn't like a psychological thing like, oh, I'm not going to want this anymore. It really wasn't. It was really by accident that I came down one morning and thought, oh, I'm going to have that fruit or something instead of, I see that donut over there. And for me, that was, I'd have head right for the donut. So it was an awareness like, wow, this is really helping. So I think the more you're on it, the more your body feels better and you start to naturally want those foods. And yeah, when you want to have something that's a little bit more sugary or fun or whatever you want to call it, that's okay, because you're gonna, like Laura said, the products are going to help you detox that, and you're going to get yourself back into balance. So so that's basically what I wanted to share, was that she's amazing and she's helped so many and she's helped me. And yes, as you start this, it's like a logarithmic thing. I mean, you hit that tipping point and you really start to know that your nutrition's helping, and it's easier to live that kind of lifestyle.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing, Dr. Sue. That's awesome. And I love how you mentioned that. I'd forgotten that it's true. The greens, I think probably 2 weeks into it, I stopped craving this junk food. Or not that I ate a lot of junk food, but the sweets. The stuff that I knew wasn't good for me, I stopped craving it, within 2 weeks. That's pretty powerful. And, even Heidi within less than 2 weeks already noticing that. That's huge. So, Victor, I want to go to you for a quick story, if you don't mind. I know you've got the family using the products, and you've got some stories from so many years of using the product. What is the latest story you'd like to share with us today on your nutrition journey?
Yeah, like, where do I start? It's just amazing. the benefits that have come to me and my family. Going back a ways, my wife had both of her knees replaced. And usually a lot of people are 2 to 3 months before they can get rid of, there are several weeks on a walker, and then, 2 or 3 months on a cane. Within 5 days, she was using neither one. And we went to therapeutic levels, not just maintenance levels. And so, there's different levels, for the different needs and stuff. And I was up in the woods, and I'm a desk jockey. I'm a computer programmer, and I was trying to hook a chainsaw around, and my shoulders were going, you ain't doing this. Okay, fine. I'll stick recovery on you. And within a few minutes, the discomfort was gone, and I was able to keep going the rest of the day. It's just phenomenal. And like both of the other ladies were saying, just the cravings. Once you get the good stuff in you, it's like the other day, my daughter and I, she's my granddaughter, anyway, long story. We were coming back on a trip, and we didn't have food with us. We stopped at a truck stop and got us some JoJo's and some fried chicken. We hardly couldn't eat it. I mean, it's just like, really? We used to crave this stuff? Yeah, forget that. Yeah, we choked it down because we needed some nutrition because we didn't have any of the products with us. But it's like, or I ate them all for breakfast actually. But so it's like, yeah, okay, we're not doing that again. So it's just, and the better sleep, like you're saying, the clarity. The analogy I like to use on the energy drink is a lot of the stuff that's out there is like you're trying to ride a tidal wave. It takes you way up and then it slams you down, where this is more like just kind of riding the you get it, and then it gradually lets you down hours later. And that's really been, I do it at work. I ran out, so I tried doing Dr. Pepper and a couple of other things. And, 30 minutes later, I'm picking my head up off the keyboard because I got to sleep. So it's just, it just, there's no comparison. I was just so thankful that, we've got this in our lives. My granddaughter, she will do the shake, 2 times a day if she can get away with it and stuff. So she knows it. She knows, and she really likes it. So, I mean, we've seen videos of, 16, 18-month-old kids trying to get it out of their dad's hands because they wanted to, drink the shake too. So, it's just, it's wonderful. I just thank Dr. Cohn, and I thank Carrie Jo for, helping us to promote this, and, come along. It's going to be a great ride.
Thanks so much for sharing, Victor. I love how it's just helping everybody in the family, and how versatile it is for our lifestyle choices. And so a lot of people have asked questions before we got to today. We've had a few questions that come through, and we tried to address them generically. So if you still have any question that you don't feel got answered, this would be a good time to put it in the chat before we wrap it up, because we're going to wrap this. I wanted to keep it to an hour. So thank you again for those of you that are sharing. And I wanted to, while I'm seeing if anybody else has any other questions, I wanted to share with you one of our specials. So let's do this. We'll go to the gallery view. I can see everybody. All right. So the information is here for you directly. You can get to the person who invited you to the Zoom today. They will have a specific link they can share with you if you choose to order anything. But our information today was just to bring everybody up to speed. Should you find that the information was valuable and you'd like to put the nutrition in your body, of course, that would be a great thing to connect with that agent and get their link and shop with them. And if you're new, of course, we want to help you, get through that journey, especially being new. So that's why we do this. We like to educate people on how to use the products. And if you're interested in more beyond being a customer, then you want to definitely let us know. We are building distribution across the globe, and our company is growing, and we are doing amazing things right now. But this information today was really about the nutrition. And so I want to share with you a special that's happening. We didn't talk about it yet, but I'm going to bring it up now. And Laura, if you want to address the importance of probiotics, I would super, super appreciate that. Why is it important to have a healthy gut biodome?
and these are prebiotics and probiotics, but it's all the real important ones that are in this product. And it's hard to believe when you take it, Carrie, and I'm sure you feel the same way, that when you dump a packet of it in your mouth, that it's actually something that's healthy for you.
It's so good.
Right. So, yeah. But in any event, of course, and I think most people know that they need probiotics in order to have a healthy gut health. And see, what happens is, a lot of people think that, picking up a yogurt, eating a yogurt every day is going to help them. And there's not even anywhere near the amount of probiotics in a container of yogurt that's going to do anything for you. So, there is. But another thing is too, is that and I don't know how this happened, but everybody talks about taking acidophilus, and it's the lactobacillus that's actually the most important for the gut health. And that, of course, is in our product. Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's mandatory if you're going to
5 strains.
So, in any event, there's a lot about unfriendly bacteria infiltrating the system. There we go. Yeah, there's the lactobacillus.
5 strains, it looks like.
Yeah, 5 strains. Yeah, and that's the most important one.
Sweet. So this will help. When Oscar's lost 13 pounds in the last 12 days, he's on the same journey Heidi is. The only difference he's done is he's incorporated the Digestion and the probiotics in our lifestyle. And he's doing 2 shakes a day, 1 simple meal. And then these 2 things have really accelerated.
And losing those toxins, that's what it goes back to.
Mm-hmm.
His body is able to perform the functions
Yes.
that it's supposed to be performing.
Yay.
So, we don't want anything contrived going on here. Your body's supposed to operate. I was really happy to hear about, when Heidi brought up the inflammation marker, that topic, because that's that's the first thing that the recovery does, is it brings down inflammation in the system. And inflammation markers, that's the first thing that's looked for when trying to, detect any type of chronic disease in the body.
Right.
So you may not have been diagnosed with chronic disease, but unless you've addressed inflammation, there's a good chance that that's an issue.
Yeah, big time. Thank you for bringing that up. So what I'm going to, sorry, did you have anything else on that?
Well, just that, a lot of people think that they have a weight problem, and what it is more than anything is inflammation.
Very good.
That's one of the things that Heidi was noticing first.
Yeah, it's important to think about that too. The what do we call that? Metabolic syndrome, when all that inflammatory weight surrounds the organs in the abdomen, right? Is that what that is?
Well, that's part of it.
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to protect the organs, but yet the body is doing what it's supposed to do, but we're not reacting properly. So we have to do something different for that, right?
When we're eating processed foods all the time, it creates inflammation. So, yeah.
Bye-bye on the processed. Okay, well, let's talk about this real quick before we wrap it up. It's just after the top of the hour. So here is a special that can be offered for you. It is in the shopping cart, should you choose to look. Seed and Feed. I love this because it's promoting the probiotic and the Immunex product, or the probiotic and the Digestex, or the probiotic and a mask. But we're just going to focus on the nutrition. So for anybody who purchases the probiotics, you get, for instance, you can choose this Digestex for half off, which is great, or an Immunex for half off. So this one I love. So I went and got 2 of these because I'm building up on Immunex. I don't want to not have this because everybody needs their strong immune system today, right? Well, we always do, but even more so today. So these 2 are excellent for immune health. So I love that they're offering, Seacret is offering this through Tuesday, the end of the month. So when you purchase your probiotics, you can add one of these on for half off. And then they also give you a freebie, a sample individual serving of a shaken greens, our vanilla and our greens, which we put together in that shaker cup. And that is a nice meal replacement. So that's a sweet deal. So for the probiotic and the Immunex, it's only $88.50. For the probiotic with the Digestex, it's only $75. And that does include these guys, the freebies. So pretty fun. And then I have one offer also from me. So that's from Seacret. Now from me, because I love what I do, and Laura and I just have such a fun time sharing this great information together and bringing people up to speed with how they can be empowered in their own health and how they can take charge versus be a victim to stuff and throwing stuff at it without knowing what you're doing. This is a great way to kind of get the body back to homeostasis and then find out where you need those extra supportive tools. But right now, because we know this is such a fantastic tool, I've ordered extra, and I'm offering a free, everybody that does an order that's a customer order today or tomorrow, whatever, between now and the end of the month. Okay, so between now and the end of August, because this special is available, anybody on the Zoom today that or watching the recording that does an order as a customer, you're going to go in my drawing. And all of those people's orders go in for a free container of this. So even if you do order that on the special, you can get a second one. And why would that be important? Because next month you're going to want it again. So, rather than run out, I'm going to set you up with a free one for the next month. So all those that are ordering as a customer will go in the drawing for a free probiotics. And then those of you who are friends of Kathy LeBlanc, we also have a gift that we're going to be sending you. So we need to get your address, and Kathy will get me your address, and we are going to be sending you 3 nutritional items to try, a single serving item that you get to experience for yourself, just for being Kathy's guest today, because that was something that we talked about. So for being here and showing up and staying for the presentation, that's something that she's going to offer up. And I want to thank Laura again. Did you have any parting words before we let this go today? Laura, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. I always love to discuss nutrition. The only thing I can think of as parting words is, just remember why we're doing this. Remember, because we all need to be alkaline. And I know that through my career, like I'm always, micromanaging the supplements that my clients take, because, I want to make sure they get the best experience possible. And there's probably like 2 companies out there that I would say, hey, you know what? You can take anything from that supplement line and benefit. This would be one of them. We need anything you can get your hands on is just fine, because we need them. The product line makes sense. Just if you're not sure how many recovery to take, you're not going to hurt yourself by taking too many. Just take them. I take 30 a day most days.
And that's where we were talking about a therapeutic dose. We might have some people taking extra amounts of product for a particular area that they need to work on. That's not standard for most of us, right?
I'm just trying to be superhuman over here.
It's okay, because today's world, I think we need more superhumans, right? We need more of us to have our brains working, and when we're alkaline, our brains work better, true?
Absolutely. Yeah, because your whole physiology is working together. Absolutely.
That's the key. That's the magic key right there, is having the physiology be in that homeostasis. And thank you again for your brilliance, your education, your heart to share. And thanks everybody else for jumping on with us today. And if you get a chance to watch this recording, thank you for that. And connect with the person that invited you to this presentation so that they can help you make the best decision for what you're looking for your wellness. And remember that we are all part of an amazing lifestyle community where in Club Seacret, it's all about living the good life, looking better, feeling better, experiencing the world together in a community that really is a global community that cares. We're promoting wellness first. That's the thing that leads us here. It's not about the sale. It's about how can we help transform your life the way it's helped transform our lives. And that's why we're paying it forward, sharing this information. Again, thank you everyone for being here, and take care. God bless.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura.